Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. My name is Brooke and today I'm here with this tag video. I was tagged by my friend here on YouTube. Her name is Stacey. I will link her channel down below. She did this tag and it's called the Ask the Fangirl tag. Real quickly before I jump into this, if I'm talking weird or sound strange, it's because I am. I got my wisdom tooth removed and so it's still healing, and so yeah, excuse this, it's really hard to talk, but I've been putting off this video. I've been putting off filming because of it, but if I sound a little lispy or something like that, it's because of my tooth. Also, I did take a little of a hiatus. I do want to mention and talk about Supernatural before I get into this tag, just because I feel like I haven't commented on Supernatural, so I kind of want to touch on that. I kind of had to take a break for a while. Had some really rough things going on. The day they announced that Supernatural would be ending and that the season 15 would be their last season, I literally was on Twitter, noticed the videos, and I was watching the videos, and it was Jared, Jensen, and Misha talking about how season 15 was going to be the last season, and my heart sunk. And I literally was responding to their tweets, and as I was doing that, I got a phone call from my brother, and I found out that my grandpa had passed away, and it wasn't really expected, so it kind of took me by surprise, and so it was just boom, boom, boom. And that's the reason I really haven't commented on the whole Supernatural stuff, is because obviously it was overshadowed by my grandpa passing away, and I had to fly back home. I live 1,600 miles away from my family, so I went back home for a long while. And you know, when there's a death, there's a lot of stuff that comes with that, a lot of things that, you know, go along with a death and responsibility, things that you don't normally think of. There's just a lot of stuff that comes with it, and the grieving aspect is hard enough, you know. So I was back home for a while. I had to extend my stay due to some responsibilities. So yeah, so I was gone, I was out of state for a long time, and then I came back home, and then this happened with my tooth, and I've been dealing with this and hoping this can get under control. But you know, I don't want to say like I seen Supernatural ending coming. I mean, I think we all knew it had to end at some point, but we were just, I know I found myself not wanting to keep up with the current season, because I was always afraid that not that they weren't going to renew it, but that they didn't want to do another season. Like, I was always afraid, is this going to be the last season? Just because it's been on air for so long. It's just a long running show. So I'm really sad, I'm not gonna lie, but I do understand the boys' perspective. You know, they have young children and wives at home that they're probably missing out a lot of time with, and they probably want to be home with their kids. And you know, I'm sure I've heard Jared and Jensen both say they've missed a lot of firsts with their kids, and you know, family does come first. I get that, but you know what, we're gonna be okay. We're a family too, and there could be a spin-off with this. There might be a movie, that would be awesome. But and like Jared said, it's kind of like you're going into your senior year. It's not over with. You still have a year left. So hopefully they go out with a bang, and this last year is amazing. I'm hoping and praying I can make it to a Supernatural convention this year, or possibly the beginning of next year. They're really expensive, and traveling is expensive, but it's something that is on my bucket list, and I really want to go, even if it's just a general admission ticket and I just go, you know. I really want to go. So that is like way up there on my list, especially now that the show is ending. I really need to make it to one. Anyways, I'm heartbroken that it's ending. I understand, but I'm sad. And the season finale had me like, had a lot of emotions and a lot of feelings. You guys might want to fast forward because there's going to be spoilers here for season 14 finale. I was really confused about making God a bad guy. I didn't really like that. But they said the author does lie. I just kept waiting for God or Chuck. I kept waiting for him to turn. I kept waiting for it to be Lucifer for some reason. Like, I kept feeling like Lucifer was pretending to be God or something. And then at the end where Jack awakens in the coffin and he sees a Reaper, and then he sees that other thing. Is that like Lucifer's spirit? Like, who is that? What is that? We need answers. And we have to wait for a while, I know. So I'm already rewatching the seasons. So that brings me to my next point. Because I'm going through all the seasons again to help me during their hiatus, I'm going to do a video on my favorite episodes of each season. So I don't know when I'll get to that because it just kind of depends on how fast I get through the seasons. I might even just look at the seasons, then the titles, and I can tell which, because I have watched the seasons, all of them, front to back, a lot of times. I have. I've seen every episode, and I've seen every episode probably at least twice. I've been watching it since it first came out, really. So I'm definitely going to be doing that hopefully soon. But anyways, so that's just a little recap of what's been going on. There's been a lot more going on in my personal life. It's not all bad or whatever, but it's just been a very emotional time. And this is a hobby. This is something I do for fun. And I don't want to get on here sad and, you know, make you sad. I'm getting on here for your entertainment, for something for you to watch, to get your mind off of things. I don't want to get on here and tell you about my things, you know? So a little break. I had to do a little break just for my mental health, which I know a lot of you understand. So with all of that being said, let's jump into this tag video. So like I said, my friend Stacey, my cat just got her cat treats. The whole bag. Anyways, you know what? You guys haven't seen Ruby in a while. You guys had not seen Ruby in a while. She's still little, but she's gotten bigger. This is Ruby. Say hi to the people. Oh, she did. So cute. Okay, so my friend Stacey here on YouTube, I'll list her down below. She tagged me in this. It's called Ask the Fangirl Tag. Okay, so the first question is, who is the first person you obsessed over? And I have a few. And I'm going to show my age here, but Saved by the Bell, Zach Morris. I loved him. I also was really, really little when Sandlot came out, and I loved Benny. The one that was a good baseball player, Benjamin Franklin Rodriguez. And I think his name is like Michael Rodriguez or something like that in real life. Mike Rodriguez, something like that. Loved him, obsessed with him. And there was one more growing up, and I don't even know why. I look back and I'm like, what did I see in that kid? He played in a lot of movies. But his name was Devin, I don't know how to pronounce the last name. It's Devin Sawawa, Devin Sawaw. He played in like Little Giants. He played in Casper. He was probably the person I was most obsessed with ever. Yeah, I don't get it. Number 2, so what is my current obsession? If my background don't give it away, obviously Supernatural, but I do have quite a few shows that I'm into watching right now. One is Schitt's Creek, which is hilarious. The mom on the show, she makes the show. Her and the son, like, they are so funny. The mom has this accent that you cannot like place. It's like an unspecified accent, and she's so dramatic, and she makes up some words and says words. She's just hilarious. You gotta watch her. It's a different kind of humor. I also was liking The Good Place. I was watching that. Oh, I love Drew Barrymore. So I love her show, the Santa Clarita Diet, where she's a zombie. It's really cute. I finished it, and they announced that they're not doing any more seasons either. I was like, what? Really sad about that, because I really liked it. I like her and her husband as a duo. I think they really, I don't know. I love her, but her husband, he really makes the show too. He's hilarious. So yeah, I really love that one. Just finished that. I just finished Black Summer. It's a zombie show, and I liked it. It's pretty gory and gruesome, which I don't really care for, like a lot of gore, but the ending, I'm not gonna get into it, but I did not like the last episode. The last episode was like, I'm kind of wondering if it was a dream, and I'm just gonna leave it at that because it makes no sense. And one show that I really got into, and y'all are gonna laugh at me, is The Bachelor. I only watched like one season when I was little. It was like the one with Trista in it. I don't remember anything about it because it was so long ago. But the reason I got into it is because a girl on Instagram that follows me happened, and I followed her back, and she was posting about giving hints about being on The Bachelor. I'm like, what? And she actually was. She was a contestant on The Bachelor, and I was like, I gotta watch it. So I watched it, and it's Colton's season. I really like Colton. I think he's a sweetheart. Cute, sweet, funny guy. So I got into watching it. So I watched that whole season, which was a crazy season, by the way. And I fell in love with Hannah B, the Beast, and she is the Bachelorette. So I'm going to be watching the Bachelorette season. Kind of thought about throwing that in here too if you guys want. I can't believe I'm watching these shows, but yeah, those are some of the things I've been obsessed with lately. Number 3 is favorite band. I have so many favorites, I can't even like begin to tell you. I have like favorites in every category. I like Passenger, Imagine Dragons, Mumford & Sons, POD, Mercy Me, Third Day, Skillet. Of course, I love any kind of classic rock, 70s rock, Five Finger Death Punch. I like all over the place. 4 is favorite singer. Again, I don't have a favorite, but if I could think of like the ones that I think are like really talented, like it's gonna be hard to top them. I love Lauren Daigle, Lauryn Hill, Jenny Owens, Mariah Carey, Whitney Houston. Like, they're like some of the greats. Gwen Stefani, Jewel. I loved Jewel growing up. Kelly Clarkson, I love her. I could keep going. 5 is favorite YouTuber. So my all-time favorite, Candy Johnson. She's the reason I got started. She's the reason I started watching YouTube. Sadly, she doesn't do videos as much anymore, which is sad. But I also like Amber Scholl. She's really cute and funny, and I think she stays, pretty humble for as big as her channel is. I enjoy watching Kendall Rae and her unsolved mysteries, crime cases. Colleen Ballinger, I really like her, and her Miranda Sings channel. Sniper Wolf does do some pretty entertaining videos, and she's gorgeous. Bargain Bethany, she's really good. Or Bargain Bethany. She's actually a really good makeup artist, but she's turned her channel from makeup to kind of like home decor and Dollar Tree project stuff. So she's a really good one to watch. Emily Noel, she's a sweetheart. I really love her. She does beautiful makeup and reviews. Charisma Star TV, Bunny, aka Graveyard Girl, Shane Dawson, who doesn't like Shane, and Morgan, his soon-to-be sister-in-law, Morgan Adams. I think she's hilarious. She makes me laugh. So those are the people I mean, big YouTubers that you all probably already know that I enjoy. 6, what was your first concert? Okay, so I grew up in a very Christian home. So I can't remember which was my first concert. I was around the same age, so I'll just tell you both of them. The first one was a Carmen Crusade tour. It was at a huge, I think it was at the Silverdome or the Pontiac. I don't know, it was huge. And there was a guy named Carmen, and he was a Christian singer, and he did like this video with the devil in it, and it scared the tar out of me, and I shook like I was shooketh. Can't believe I'm saying that. It was scary. It was like about the devil and hell, and it really scared me, and I think it scarred me for life. So there was that, and so that was a very pleasant experience. I remember being really, I think I was like 6 years old. I was scared to death, and my mom like looked down, and I think she could tell, and so my aunt was standing next to me. My aunt put her arm around me, kind of like comfort me. She's like, it's okay. So yeah, there was that. My first like concert that was pleasant, which was around the same age, was another Christian concert. You all know that Christmas song. Well, it's not really a Christmas song, but they play it a lot at Christmas time. And it's called Mary Did You Know? And I think his name was Michael English. We went to see him, and this guy opened up for him, and his name was Bob Carlisle, or it is Bob Carlisle. And he debuted, we were the first audience to hear a new song of his. And he said no one else had ever listened to the song before. And my dad was there, my whole family was there, and it was a song called Butterfly Kisses. It's actually a very popular song. Other artists have remade it, and anyways, we were the first ones to hear that song, and he wrote it, and we got to meet the guy, took pictures with him, and I danced to that song at my wedding. It was kind of like my dad and my song, so that was a more pleasant experience. Number 7, what is your favorite movie? Again, that's hard, and I can't think off the top of my head. I know I grew up loving the Rocky series, Twilight series, not because it's the vampire stuff, but the love story. The Blade series, I love the Blade series. What else? Anything with Drew Barrymore, love her. Once Upon a Time, Never Been Kissed. 50 First Dates, love that one. What else? Steel Magnolias, Fried Green Tomatoes. Wild America, that's a good one, with JTT, Devin Sawawa, and I can't remember the other guy, but they basically like were living the life that I wanted to live. I want to be a wildlife photographer, like that would be my dream job. But basically anything with like werewolves, vampires, Bigfoot. I love Bigfoot. Oh, by the way, Amazon Prime has a really good Bigfoot movie if you're into that. It's called The Big Legend, and I think they're going to make a sequel. Oh, and anything with Sandra Bullock and Melissa McCarthy, I love them too. So, number 8, who is your favorite actress or actor? Besides our boys on Supernatural, Melissa McCarthy, she can make me laugh no matter what. Sandra Bullock, I love her. Who else? Drew Barrymore, love her. Number 9, first celebrity crush. I think I addressed this earlier. It was Zack Attack, Zach Morris, Save Bell, Andrew Keegan, the Sandlot guy, Devin Sawa. Oh, and I've always loved Sam Elliott. To this day, the man is in his 70s and he still looks good. I love me some Sam. Number 10, have I ever gotten made fun of for something I like? Yes, all the time, mainly for Twilight. There's a lot of Twilight haters. Number 11, favorite book. I really loved the Twilight series. I loved Goosebumps growing up, like the whole Goosebumps series. Favorite TV show. Supernatural, do you really have to ask? Number 13, favorite fictional character. Dean Winchester, and it breaks my heart that he's not a real person. He's perfect. Number 14, something I love about the fandom I'm in. Our fandom is it's more than a fandom, it is family. Everybody I meet through this is so nice, and it's almost like we're like a support system, and it's more than a show. I believe they created, I don't know if it's still going, I thought it was supposed to be still going, but they did a hotline, and it was for people, you know, to call in, and they said it was going to be supported for years to come, long after the show. You know, so there was that. There's so much charity that has came from the show, and just so much good stuff. Like, it's been such a good support for people too, and it's definitely more than a fandom. It's a family, and it's a very strong family. Number 15, something I hate about my fandom. I don't hate anything about my fandom. The only thing I dislike is that it's going to end. Not the fandom, but the show. That's my biggest sadness right now. But we will always be a fandom, and we will always be a family, because we're AKF AF. That was corny. Number 16, would I ever take a bullet for people I fangirl over? That is a horrible question. I would like to think that I would take a bullet for anybody, like to save anybody's life. What kind of question is that? Number 17, do I ever hide the fact that I like somebody out of fear that I'll get teased? No, I don't care. Number 18, have I ever met any of my idols? No. Hopefully that's changing this year. Fingers crossed. If you guys want to start like a donation fund for me to go to con, I'm just kidding. But 19, do I have any merch of the people that I fangirl over? Yeah. I have a lot of merch. I'm wearing merch. Number 20, favorite fangirl moment. Okay, so I don't know if I've ever shared this on YouTube because I was kind of scared. I had a fangirl moment with Jared Padalecki long before I knew who he was. So I guess it's not a fangirl moment, but it is really funny, and I think you guys are gonna get a kick out of it. So long before I was a fan of the show or really knew of it. Okay, so this goes back to when like the show first started airing, and I hadn't really learned the boys' real names and stuff. But Jared and Jensen were both staying at a high-end resort that I worked at, and I worked in the front desk area, and I remember their names on my computer, and like when they would call down, I remember the names because Jensen and Ackles, I had a Bible teacher that wrote a book, and his last name was Ackles, and the first name Jensen is just a name that is not very common. So when it popped up, I was like, Jensen Heckles, like I thought that was like kind of a cool name. And then Padalecki, but it came up J Padalecki. And so I'm like, oh, that's a really unique name too. Anyways, they both were staying there in different rooms, and they would call down. I really don't remember my interaction with Jensen just the fact that it was a low, husky voice that gives you chills down your spine. But I didn't, I didn't know he was a celebrity or who he was. It probably was calling for like valet or something. Jared called, and the way you're supposed to answer the phone, so when someone calls, say Mr. Johnson calls, okay? You're supposed to say, "Good afternoon, how may I assist the Johnson party?" Okay? Jared calls, and I said, "Good afternoon, how may I assist the Padalecki party?" I said Padalecki, and I really pronounced the licky. And he started laughing, he chuckled, and he did not correct me. That's how sweet he is. He did not correct me. He just chuckled. I don't know what he needed. Probably like valet or in-room dining or something. And I got off the phone, and like he called a couple times, and I kept calling him Padalecki. Anyways, I quickly learned through my boss in the front desk that it's Padalecki. And they were like, "Oh, they're like actors from this place, blah, blah, blah." So I didn't really realize who I was talking to. And if I had, I would have fangirled. And I probably would have said something even more stupid. Or maybe I wouldn't even gotten the words out, or would have screamed and ruptured his eardrum or something. But that's a story I haven't shared on here, just because I'm so embarrassed that I called him Padalecki. And he's so nice. He didn't correct me. But he was so nice. He never corrected me. He just chuckled. But that is probably my favorite fangirl moment, even though I really wasn't fangirling. Just a stupid moment that I did. Just a very stupid, awkward moment that I had. That is all the questions. If you guys want to do this tag, go ahead and do it. Thank you so much, Stacey, for tagging me to do this. This was a lot of fun. I do have another video that I will be posting after this very soon. I actually had that video filmed. It's a DIY, a supernatural DIY, but I didn't want to put that out before I put this one out, just because, I don't know, I want to explain where I have been in my absence before I just like randomly posted a video. And I wanted to talk about supernatural ending before I posted a supernatural video, if that makes sense. I do have a lot of videos that have been requested, so I'm going to try to get to those too. If you have some, let me know. And I do have something that I want to start doing. I hope you guys like this. I think it's fun. Let me go get the little board thing. So this is what I want to start doing. I'm not going to do this in every video, but any video that's like supernatural themed, I'm going to do a trivia question. I bought this Trivial Pursuit. I don't know anybody, I don't know why I did, because I don't know anybody in my life that lives near me that likes supernatural and that would play with me. This sounds so sad. I don't have anybody to play with me. Nobody will play with me. So I figured it would be fun to do a trivia question at the end of every video that's supernatural themed. What do you think about that? So I'm going to ask a question and you guys can answer it down in the comments. Okay? So today's question is, what is the name of the Reaper that helps Sam and Dean gather souls to defeat the darkness? Answer it down below. As always, thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care and God bless. Bye.